Hello everyone! In today's video, I'm going to talk about the past perfect tense and the past perfect continuous tense. By the end of the video, you will have a clear idea of how to use these tenses to speak about past events. So let's start. Past perfect and past perfect continuous. So let's start with the usage of the past perfect. We use the past perfect to speak about action that was completed in the past, either before another action took place or before a very precise moment. The form of the past perfect is had plus past participle. Let's look at some examples. The first example, the teacher arrived after the students had left. Another example, they had stayed in the classroom before the bell rang. So simply here in the first sentence we have two actions. The teacher arrived, the students had left. And we have the first action is in the past perfect, which is the students had left. And the second action or the later action, which is the teacher arrived, is in the simple past. The same for the second example. We have the first action is in the past perfect, which is they had stayed in the classroom. Then the later action or the second action is in the simple past. The bell rang. Note, the second action is always in the simple past and the first action is in the past perfect. Let's have a look to the timeline of the past perfect. Yes. So we have here two actions. An action happened before another action in the past. So this is the first action. They had stayed in the classroom. Then we have another action, the second action, which is before the bell rang. Let's move on to the usage of the past perfect continuous. We use the past perfect continuous to talk about long action happened for a period of time before another action in the past. Here we have long action. For the form of the past perfect continuous, we have had plus been plus verb plus ing form. Let's see some examples. The first example, we had been playing football for 2 hours when she arrived. We had been playing, so simply is the past perfect continuous and is the first action. The second action is when she arrived. And notice that the first action is a long action. We have for 2 hours. For 2 hours. Another example. They had been flying to France for a few hours by this time yesterday. Simply here we have one action, which is in the past perfect continuous and is a long action. We have for a few hours. Note, the first action is always in the past perfect continuous, okay? And the second action is in the simple past, okay? Now, let's have a look to the timeline of the past perfect continuous. So we have an action, we have two actions in the past, and we have one happened before the other. We had been playing football. So this is the first action. It's a long action for 2 hours. Then we have the coming of another action in the past when she arrived. Note, we can use the simple past for both verbs if we are talking about actions that happen at the same time. Let's see an example. I gave her my phone when I saw her. Simply in the sentence we have two verbs conjugated in the simple past. So gave is the verb give in the simple past and saw is the verb see in the simple past. So here we didn't use the past perfect continuous, or the past perfect, we simply use the simple past because we have two actions happen at the same time. Another case. So in the case of past perfect, if the first and second actions are very close to each other, okay, we use the simple past for both verbs. So let's see an example. She had switched off before she went to bed, or she switched off before she went to bed. So the two forms are correct, whether to use the past perfect or to use the simple past, because we have two closed actions. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching and take care.